Happy Friday, everybody. I hope that you've had a great week, and I'm glad that you're joining us here in the community. I'm shooting this video for you today because I just took the dog for a walk, and I was thinking about you guys because I had a really cool thought, and I'd like to share that with you today if you don't mind. And you can consider it free coaching if you want, or just being part of a really cool community where you get to hear some different thoughts and different ideas. So we were out on a walk. And I was noticing because we do a lot of trail walking. So we were out in the trail, and of course, the leaves have all fallen, they're gone, and everything looks like, scarcity, right? Like it's branches and sticks and twigs. You can basically see right through the forest, and there's houses on the other side and stuff. Normally, you don't see any of that because the trees are all blocking that view. So one of the things we had all summer long, and it was kind of like a lot, more than normal even, was bears. We had a ton of bears in the area, and I'm right in the city. But the bears were out in abundance this summer, getting ready for hibernation. How does that relate to fitness, health, and everything here in the community? I'm going to show you something and basically explain something that hit me, and I thought I want to bring that back to the community. So well, we were walking. Of course, we're getting our steps in, which is great for our health, right? And we're getting fresh air and vitamin D. Well, when the sun hits the skin, we can produce some vitamin D. Although in the wintertime, we're quite covered up, right? Same as a bear would be, covered up by its fur. It's hard to get the vitamin D, but we do get a lot from the berries and the fruits and things that we can eat, citrus and things like that, right? Vitamin C, vitamin D coming in from there. But here's the thing. When a bear comes out from hibernation, and is just getting acclimated back to nature again, it comes out in a very, very skinny state, very under nurtured state, and it's going to have to work to rebuild its muscular structure, rebuild its strength, and get back in alignment with like thriving during the months that it's going to be out and roaming the earth, right? And so when a bear first comes out, the first thing it's looking for is fish. Usually it'll hit the salmon streams if they're in the area and try to get at fish first, right? And so that's where it's going to try to rebuild its structure. I want to share an image with you as well after this so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Here's what happens though. After it does its fish hunt and puts on some weight and gets back to kind of, average bear size living and kind of thriving through, as it prepares for the winter months, which is here in parallel, I want to show you guys what happens because we're doing the same thing. See, our winter is coming if it's not already here where you are. Some people already have snow, right? And we're in November. So we're getting ready for the cold months. The hibernation is about to begin in the state of where the body's headed. So it's going to get cold. And what happens is, what does a bear do when it's getting ready to hibernate? And so I was thinking about that. They're already gone now. By November, there's no bears. I'm not seeing any bears in the trail anymore. So they already came out in abundance. And what were they doing at such a rapid rate? They were hunting for berries. And they were cleaning the forest out of berries. There's all kinds of those red berries you see. I don't know if they're referring to them as choke berries or choke cherries, whatever they are. There's a lot of berries though in the trail, right? And I also stop even when my dog and I are on, Chief and I are out for our walk. We pick up blueberries, we pick up raspberries, and we're literally eating those ourselves. Have you ever been out berry picking and actually come across a bear while you're out berry picking? It happens because they're out there berry picking too. Except they can get territorial because they're trying so hard to stockpile the fruit, the berries. They want that fructose in their body because what it's going to do is it is going to pack on weight because they know they're not going to eat for the next few months. So how does that parallel over to us as humans? See, we all know that eating fruit is good for us. It does give us a lot of micronutrients, vitamin and mineral that we get, and that's very important. But is there a time where it becomes too much? Are there other fructose, items that we're having? Could be fruit juices and things like that, where we're getting even extra sugar added. All of this is seen as sugar to the body, and of course that is going to create a desire for more. And why do we crave and desire more? Because the body doesn't know that we're living in a world where there's going to be more available to us in the next month. The body is preparing for these winter months. You're getting ready for hibernation. The only difference is we as humans don't hibernate. We keep eating through the hibernation period in the winter. So notice this is where you're starting to become carbohydrate addicted, is in these winter months, these colder months. And if you're eating fruit, it's not a bad thing. We're not demonizing it. In fact, the bears do it to survive. And your body's expecting you to do it to survive too. So here's where you're learning something is you're going to have to regulate the amount of carbohydrates you consume over the holiday, over the winter months. Because right now your body thinks it's going into the cold months. And cold needs insulation. If we need insulation, what is the one thing in our body that insulates us the best? Body fat. Body fat is an insulator. So you're looking right now to put on the most amount of body fat you can because the winter's coming. It thinks it's time to shut down and hibernate. And that's not what you want, right? So you need to be active through the holidays. But most people aren't. They take the holidays off. Oh, I'm not going to work out now. I have family visiting. We're going to eat an abundance of food when we're supposed to be hibernating. We're going to be eating an abundance of carbs. And then we're going to get into the junk foods and the addictions of highly sugary products, sucrose, fructose, and all the other sucraloses, right? At the end of the day, we become sugar junkies through the holidays, and we allow it because it's the holidays. There's your problem. And now the sugar, the insulin resistance, the spikings that you're getting are leading to depression and anxiety at a time where most people are already stressed. Some people have lost loved ones during the holidays, right? And you think about it as a sad time, wishing they were here. There's a lot of people who struggle in the holidays. And I'm not saying that depression isn't a real thing. It's very real. But we are feeding into it by having these highly sugary type items, even fruit. As the bears do, you're preparing your body to get more fat by having more of it and preparing yourself for that hibernation mode. Your body is going to crave sugar more than ever when it's cold outside and when it thinks it's time to hibernate. Notice also the sunlight that you get is a very positive thing. You're getting vitamin D from the sun. It is the happy hormone, right? Sunlight brings in that rejuvenating feeling to the brain, the oxytocin, the love, the serotonin. You're getting the dopamine rewards from the sun. But what happens in the winter? We're not out in the sun very much. In fact, the sun goes down earlier. We're getting darkness more than we're getting sunlight. It makes sense that we'd be in a depression, if anything, because there's not enough sunlight, the happy hormone from the sun, from the earth. So it's your job right now to get your vitamin D. Okay, get your vitamin D. You can do that through supplementation. You can do that through food, and you can do that through eating. And that's where I want you to put your focus. And so over the holidays, I don't want you to go into the trap of having too many carbohydrates and falling victim to allowing this to happen. If your body's already encouraging a hibernating state to put on fat, to survive the cold, just like the bears are doing, but you know you're going to keep eating through the holidays, I'm going to challenge you to make your eating this holiday season dominantly protein focused, and then add the essential fats that are going to come from the proteins that you're eating, or even from plant sources that you're using that are still available to you during this eating during hibernation season, right? But don't feed into the excessive amounts of fruit, carbohydrates, and ultra processed foods especially. I'm going to challenge you to get away from that for this winter and for this cold month period. Okay? So I wanted to bring that to you today because as I was walking the trail noticing the bears are gone, they've already eaten all the carbs, all the fruit, and they've stored it up and they've put on the weight. Now, let me share something with you. This is what I hope you stuck around for right here. I'm going to do a little screen share. And check this out, folks. This is an actual image from this national park and preserve where they have this bear, obviously in a captivity state. And just take a look at the dates on there. July 12 to September 22nd. And what do you see? On July 12th, look at the state of that bear. Now, it's not absolutely skinny. I mean, it does look definitely withered. It's probably done some fishing though. It's got some protein and it's started to rebuild its body a little bit. But look at the difference. And we're talking 435 pounds, right? And then we're talking, and again, I don't know if this is accurate to say that it's 435 pounds September. I'm not sure of the pre-weight and the post-weight, but you can see evidently that same bear by September has stockpiled its berries. They've purposely fed it for hibernation. So look what the body does in preparation, expecting that there's not going to be any more food. That bear is now set to run on fat fuel while it's at rest for the next few months, while it's in hibernation. So is your body going to be shut down, doing nothing, and completely hibernating and running off fat for fuel over the course of, a couple months? No. You're going to be up and moving. You're going to be active. And in fact, you should be more active in the winter because you're making up for, not being able to get outside. This is where your exercise will come in. But anyway, I want to stop by and show you guys this and put it into perspective. This is why most people are storing more fat over the holidays than they usually do in the rest of the year. And then you come January and say, oh my God, I put on 10 pounds over the holidays. So my resolution is that this year I'm going to lose that 10 pounds. You shouldn't put it on in the first place. And it's because you're falling victim to eating the berries. And I'm just saying the berries because that's what the bears did, right? They ate all the berries in the bush. They even fought for it. They overindulged in it, knowing that they were going to have to get as much fat on them as they could. Well, I know you don't want to get as much fat on you as you can. So I'm going to ask you to do the complete opposite. Don't overdo the berries. Don't overdo the bread, the pasta, those carbohydrates, those processed items, those highly sugary products. Don't do it. Get away from that and start to bring in high protein foods. Be satiated by protein. Be satiated by good, healthy fats. Okay? And if you need more help with all this stuff, that's what I do. Okay, that's what I do for a living. I can help everybody in this group. This community has 219 people right now. Each of you is getting help on different levels in your own way. Some of you haven't reached out yet, but you still know you could use a little bit of help. Go ahead and ask. We can do that for you. I'm not going to chase you, though. I want to work with the people who want this for themselves. You got to want it, and you got to really realize that your health is dependent on you. Okay, don't wait for the doctor to tell you it's time to fix your health. You got to realize now for you that your health matters. Matters to you, matters to your family. But anyway, I wanted to put that in perspective for you guys because when we took that walk today, I realized the bears aren't around. They're hibernating. They've already stockpiled their carbs. And all of my clients who are getting ready for the holidays, and that's all of you guys, you're getting ready for these winter months, these hibernations. Your body's already preparing for the cold weather shutdown. Some of you have already started to fall into states of depression because your vitamin D is down, guaranteed, because you're not getting out in the sun, you're not letting it hit your skin, and you're also low on food. Some of you are even getting sick because your immune system has weakened because you're not eating as much. And then you're saying, I'm not feeling hungry. The it's aligning with your low activity level. It's aligning with the lack of vitamin, and it's really shutting down. And of course, that leads to depression. So yes, there is seasonal depression. It's real, but most often it's brought on by you. It's brought on by your practices and your lifestyle and your nutrition. If we fix all this, guys, I can't wait to work with you. All right? And if you're not working with me directly, I at least appreciate you being here in the community where you can get some free coaching like this. And of course, there is a misconception in this community that you aren't able to share the information. Okay, the information is free. It's here. But we're not sharing it out. I'm asking you to bring people in. If you've got someone you want to see this video because they need to understand a little bit better and it could help them get through the holidays, share by inviting. Invite them to the community. I would love to meet your friends. I would love to spread our network out. I would love for you guys to get to know each other within the community. Comment on this video. And put what you took from this video and what you realize it might be better for your holidays. How are you fixing your holiday season? And how are you going into 2025? Okay? I might have been able to help you with your seasonal depression issues just here in this video alone. And that could be worth more than many, many visits to see your doctor, your practitioners, your psychiatrist. A lot of times you just need the right information from experience. And I've been there. I've been where you are. I know what you're going through in so many aspects. So thank you guys for being here and watching the video. I appreciate you. And I'm going to go get a workout in there now. But I really want to encourage you guys to think about the holiday season. Think about the image I shared of the bear. and how it goes after protein when it comes out of that hibernated state and it tries to get stronger. And then right before it knows it's time to shut down, it packs on all those sugars and those fruit, and the berries to get the fat on. It goes high carb diet and it really packs on the fat. And then it hibernates and it doesn't do anything for months. Think about that. Okay, now you're not going to be going into doing nothing for months. So you're going to use your carbs that you eat wisely to fuel your exercise and your activity. But other than that, I want you to really focus on, as you go through Christmas holidays, seasonal holidays, however many dinners you're going to have, how many family visits you're going to have, let's focus on getting stronger during the holidays. And I bet you go into 2025 with a whole new mindset ahead of the game. All right, guys, thanks for joining us. And once again, I'll share that one more time so you can see it there on your screen. That is a look of you coming out of hibernation, right? Or you going into it. We don't want to be in the state on the right. We want that to be a muscular, strong, and confident approach for you. So thanks again, guys, for joining me. And I hope that you've enjoyed this. And of course, invite people to the community. Let's see if we can get the community up over 300 people by the end of this year. I would love to see that. And my challenge to you is to help us do that. So share this with at least 5 invites for people you know who love to get healthier and want more fitness advice. Okay, and I'll see you next time. Take care, guys.